Doom, 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 doom. Ah, strange things everywhere. Where is the one I'm looking for? There it is. You can't hide from here. Why even try? No, you go away. Stairs were loaded. Are we actually live now? Is the internet actually doing what it's supposed to do? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, that's the first good message I have on this fine day. Apparently, it's working. Well, apparently it's working in 30 seconds, which is... It feels like a lie because it hasn't really worked beforehand, but, well, I shall graciously overlook it and assume that greetings are in order once more. Well, it's good to be back. I'm not sorry to say, but I'm, as you can see by the choice of game I have made, I'm not really in a mood for anything lighthearted. I just want to basically calm my nerves a bit. It was in a very different way, a very long day, and well, as I can't be asked to relax all that completely, we shall now play a game that actually allows me to get away with doing not much. As in, I can sit down and, you know, bullshit up and see it grow, and to be fair, the game running for like 10 minutes just to enjoy a bit of the background music was like, yes, this is fine. Let me change the music around a bit, and... Okay, shit, I need to look at it. 1 second, people. 1 little more second. I know. It's annoying to stare at a blank screen, but just enjoy my nice little voice and go like, yes, this is fine. Now, this, like this, and in a short moment you should be able to see something. Well, that's good, but now I can see shit. Idiotic. Okay. Let's see if this works. Yes, you should be seeing something. We are in the pause mode. Basically, this is the view I have been watching for like 10 minutes while I was working on my little pipe. Going like, actually this looks kind of nice. Also the music's kind of nice in the background. To be fair. Well then, you might remember from last time, we are helping the red face. I am also very, very pleased with myself. Seriously, I don't know what sort of drugs were around in, well, the presumed year 1404, but whatever it is, he must be a heavy consumer, let's just say. Well, we have 2 quests from this asshole, which is recruit knights, and last time I was under the misguided impression that it actually required me to, you know, build a military building and build knights, as you would assume in most games. No, it's just, I've been reading this, and the cunts are just walking around in my settlement for some mystifistical reason.
Production has been disrupted.
Shut up. Now you might ask yourself the question, how that actually works, because, well, everybody's preparing for the crusade, you know, surely, and I'm on my own island, so as long as those bastards didn't swim, which would kill the normal human being, which we will assume they are, how the fuck did they get to my island? I have not the slightest clue, but if you click on this quest, well, you technically get them highlighted walking through your little village, but you're probably blind, because I don't see them. I actually did the, well, fun part of sitting here and looking through my village beforehand until I had 9 out of 10, and then I wanted to, you know, finish it with the people, because that's my genius plan was about. Okay, let's zoom in a bit more. Confess your sins. Nope. You don't want to hear to listen to my sins. I have committed numerous ones. Let's start all the way back. Do you know how many war crimes I've committed in games already? Let's start talking about it. Do you know how long that's going to take until we're finished? I don't have all day.
Generous as I am, I give you a ship. And still I have to wait for those linen garments.
You really are an annoying little... You know, I'm actively still trying to curse less, but it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Not okay, those are very conscious words of you, asshole. Where is the last night? But yeah, that was a fun day. Doing something that goes completely against anything you believe you have ever learned about, you know? economics and how to run a business is not engaging. Let me give you a nice little example to explain just how exactly annoyed I am. You see, I was raised in, well, quite a bit by my parents, and by my grandparents in this case, and yes, I was raised by my parents, I know, shocking as that is. They had a bit of a thing going on. As most children, I also tried to, you know, screaming and shouting and running around and rolling on the ground and trying to get them to get me shit. And my grandparents had a very nice and easy rule there. The louder I got, the less they listened to me. Which is precisely what they did. So the more noise I made, the less they actually paid attention to me. Which, over time, ingrained into my poor little childish mind the idea that screaming doesn't really give you anything. Which means that all the way up until today, it is rarely that I actually raise my voice. And quite contrary, I actually have sometimes been told that I have a bit of a more quiet one. I do talk rather quiet sometimes. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So as at one point while I was talking about this with the tech boy, he was like, well, wouldn't that mean then in the other way around that if you actually do start shouting that you have probably reached quite a bit of stress and anger threshold there? And he's actually right, because today I actually had reached the point where I raised my voice. But I realized, yes, I was actually fucking annoyed as all hell. Which is never fun. Yeah, look. You can't really see him, but there's the little cunt. Fuck's sake, you asshole.
You call these Hicks knights? You're not serious, are you?
Shut up, man. Do you know how hard it was to get them? Fucking rat face. Rat face. But yeah, that was fun, and well, since I'm not feeling in the mood for you now.
Fair enough. If you can't find anyone better.
Shut up. Since I don't really feel... Oops, I should actually pack them on my ship and transport them, shouldn't I? So, since I didn't really feel like playing a game like, for example, Birds in the Sky, which... it's kind of... Yes, it showcases a very nice looking world. Very cool things. Come on. Would you please, you know... But yeah, so I decided yes, doing a round of this to relax is good. To be fair, I've already calmed down quite a bit. I mean, I folded in the end and was like, okay, let's do it your way. I don't believe it's the right way. I think it's actually the absolute worst thing we could do, and it's probably going to cost us customers, which we can't really afford considering the situation, but well, sometimes you have to, and that's the quintessence of any sort of partnership. Ugh. And see to the other side too. You might not like it, but yeah, basically 3 options you have. Either you agree, you disagree, or you find a compromise. If you disagree completely, nothing's going to happen, which is bad, because something needs to happen. That is the case always when things need to be discussed. You can find a compromise, which is the best option usually, but that doesn't always work out, especially not...
finally managed to produce some linen garments?
How about you shut up?
So, these are your best men? As you wish. If you refuse, Cardinal Lucius will have you thrown into the dungeon.
Cardinal Lucius can suck something between my legs, quite literally. Send that asshole down here, please.
9, 10. 10 of your
wow,
best
you can
knights.
count to 10. I'm almost impressed, Redfest. Just almost. Oh, how about you go, you know. Since you have no spine whatsoever, I'm pretty sure you can suck yourself off, so why don't do that, please? Let's talk about that linen again, shall we? He doesn't want to talk about linen again. Well, that's nice of him. But yeah, I can already see the pen tone has become a bit more aggressive. I do apologize for that. I don't really mean to, it's just, you know... One of those situations that you just sometimes have.
At last. I need ropes. I have ships.
You're a fucking annoying cunt. Can't you do anything on your own?
I can only advise you to build a rope yard to supply ropes to forecast as quickly as possible.
And I can only hope that... Well, no, you're a good guy. I'm not going to insult you. You're actually good. You're on my side. A bit of the generic situation, sure, but so what do we need for rope? Requires hemp. Produces rope. Okay, not a problem. I just need a few more tools, to be fair. Because I actually need to expand, probably. No, maybe I can actually get away with... What's up here? Also, I do know that there actually are shortcuts for all of this nonsense, but... quite frankly, I don't give a shite. I don't need any shortcuts. I know that, what was it? Was it you or something? There are some shortcuts for, oh yeah, and there's also the right click menu, where you can, I know that piece for pause. It is all I know. I also know how to make faster the game, but I never really played Anno on fast, because when you're playing an Anno game, you're not really playing for speed or anything. And basically, if you don't enjoy the basic setting up things and making them look nice and, you know, watch your village grow, why are you even playing an Anno then, eh? That's a bit of a question. A good question, mind you. But yeah, I'm also kind of still working on a bit on a nice little presentation of my very own for once. And in regards to the channel, which is, in these days, actually quite a bit of a light in the dark, I would say. It does give me quite a bit of fun, I will admit. Just sitting and rambling a bit, you know, there's quite the therapeutic effect on me, I will admit. Enjoyable.
I'd have no objection to a... If there's anything else I can help you with...
Well, you could give me all of my money back. Of course. And don't just sit there and go like, yeah, smile, smile, smile. I'm a very bad businessman. I consider myself a better businessman than him, at least. That's not saying much, but come on. One has to have some fun. Here and there. Or everywhere.
You always know exactly what we want.
Yeah, I quite literally have a list of things you want.
has been disrupted.
What do you actually want? You want more spices, I guess? Yeah. I don't even think we could get spices on this island, but... alas, we also don't really care now, do we? I also know that you can somewhat control the amount you stack here, and that you can basically give precise amounts to your ship, but I can't be bothered with that. Why, honestly? I mean, why would I? It's a fair point, don't you think? Why, oh why would I bother with something like this when I don't actually have to? Fascinating input there, isn't it? But all jokes aside...
Production has been disrupted.
See, now we actually do need the little small market building. Because for some reason I can't even, more people, can't even imagine building something outside of that area for mystifistical reasonings, of course, that nobody really knows about.
Excellent. However, we still need some hemp to manufacture the ropes here.
Shut up. Secure supply of hemp so that goods can be manufactured in a rope yard, deliver the following guy. Need a rope yard, blah blah blah, buildings available, blah blah blah, don't forget the road connecting the warehouse to the market building. Okay game, I mean, I do know that you must assume with tutorial chips like this that you have to deal with somebody who has maybe not ever played any Anno titles, but I still believe that most people are not stupid by nature, at least not that stupid. We all have our stupid moments, mind you. Like when you are in a game and you're trying to solve a puzzle and the solution is everyone to 9 out of 10 people, but you're the 10th person and you're like, shit, I don't see it. Happens, mind you. Okay, so we actually are not storing up on hemp, which means we're actually using all of our hemp. That's impressive. Actually, can't you upgrade them? Yes, you can, but it costs stone and we can't get our hands on stone, can we? I think, and I might be wrong about this, but as far as this level is concerned, the rope is the last part. I think, actually. I don't remember. But yeah. Since this good old streaming business has become rather fun. Yeah, well, to be completely fair, it stays being fun. I would, you know, somewhat like to continue doing it, but that also makes it very much an important thing to, you know, that's the way this
First
works
ropes are
like
being manufactured. Splendid. You'll soon be able to complete Guy Fawkes's quest.
Actually, I can already do it because he wants 3 and I can give him 3. Damn. Always important, you know, to keep things at a... that you follow this advice. Yes, I know. And to keep things smack dab nicely in the open where people can see it and judge for themselves. Because I think, personally, and that is something that has become ridiculously obvious in my eyes, the world is already full of crooks and other shots. Ah, splendid personage. So I personally don't really want to be, you know, part of that. I'd much rather be somewhat honest. I'm not going to say that I will never lie, because that is an idiotic statement to make. People lie, mostly out of convenience and other such things. That is okay. There's nothing to say about that, but, you know. At least when other people are involved and you're working together,
You
should
finally
shut
at
up.
first glance, they don't.
You should
Before
keep...
the Crusade Knights go into battle, their weapons must be blessed.
Sure. You should be somewhat honest at least. Or be capable of that. I think actually many people are losing the ability to be reasonably honest. Or they don't understand the concept of, you know, being reasonably honest, which is not a hard concept, mind you. It is actually a rather easy concept. Small shipyard, eh? Well, I would really like to get some stone, but I don't actually think we have any option here. I guess if worst came to worst, we would have to actually buy stone, let alone iron and stuff. It's kind of like, I do remember that situation from Anno 2017 when I was like, yes, all I would need is some uranium. And I think only 2 of the islands had it, and that's they weren't really reachable. I remember cursing rather loudly. It's basically the greatest amount of frustration you can get in an Anno game, when you need one particular resource to get further and it's just not reasonably available. Pissing you off. Oh,
An
come on.
island was
The
sighted.
island with the mountain monastery does not yet belong to anyone. On you go. Build a warehouse on it, and it's yours.
Oh, great. You
You
know,
have discovered a building on an island.
if you had told me beforehand, game, I would have brought some materials with me. No, that would have been very nice. But the game has decided no. Fuck you, basically. We do not wish for you to know this beforehand. Otherwise, you might do something smart. Actually, can I? I mean, I can. And then I realized that I can't, because, well, screw you, basically. I would actually need a small market building. Is it actually a small market building that I need? So I'm relatively sure I actually need this one. I mean, this is a massive amount of overlap. Let's not do that. It seems like a waste. Okay, this is quite literally blocking off the road. Not really an ideal way of building it, but I guess that, you know, it satisfies enough. Actually, haven't I made a yes? That's stupid. I should at least give them some space, you know. I mean, realistically speaking, yes, you would actually want to have some space between houses, because people actually do like to have some distance to their next door neighbors. For some very
You have a
mystical
wider
reason.
range of buildings available to you.
Wow, technology. Okay, give me like 20. Now we need wood, and we're not gonna get much. I mean, we are going to get much, it's just going to take a while. Yeah, from here. And then it's like, you can plant a tree. I'm like, yes, game. I shall plant trees because the foresters do need the trees, and it does look more realistic if I actually have trees around them. I know it's not necessarily something you absolutely need to do, because they will work, even if it's not full of trees. So it is kind of a waste of money to some degree, but you know. Now, since this is actually a good time, let me show you the diddle-dum fast button. Yeah, you actually need to keep this button pressed. Now there are people who actually play the game like this, and just, you know, very old trick for yeah, what was it, for games that where you can highlight items and stuff, and you kind of want to have that option on all the time, is to, you know, use a coin or something to actually, you know, physically keep the key pushed down. Not my kind of style, honestly, but I'll to each their own. I guess some things can just be a little bit annoying. This looks nice. It also looks like you're making it looks like you're making at least wine. I hope it's beer. Well, I mean, I'm German, what can I say? Of course I hope it's beer. Monastery making beer. That is a very classical way of making beer. Also just a fun little bit of history it comes to it. Well, of course it is true that the clerics, the clerics itself, was responsible mostly for the production. It was in the 1800s, 1700s, I don't remember precisely off the top of my head, but at one point they decided on the so-called Reinheitsgebot, which is basically a law. It is actually law, yeah. What can and cannot be, you know,
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
put into beer. Oh well, what can you put into it to be making a substance that you can then call a beer? Basically, it can only be like, what is it? It's like 3 ingredients. And still, if you look at the amount of different, very different actually, beers we have in Germany, you can see that with just a very, very limited amount of actual resources, they made an assload of different variants, which is pretty fucking awesome, honestly. Cheers to them.
Excellent. You've just acquired new land.
Wow! Double wow!
This brother Hilarious appears to be an abbot. He will bless the weapons.
I am to bless weapons. Right now? But I have this delicious smelling chicken in front of me. Lord above, very well. This juicy drumstick will provide me with sustenance on the journey.
I mean, at least he's honest, you know?
It is irrelevant whether the parson wants to bless the weapons or not. He will do it. And you will bring him here.
Yeah, you're not giving much of a choice, Red Face, do you? But yeah, it is actually surprising. Which is also the reason why the Germans are very, very picky when it comes to beer and
How nice of you to come to trade.
consider things like many of the American variants will not really be beer. I mean, I tasted quite a few of the from other countries, the beer variants, some Japanese beers, some Chinese beers, and of course some Americans too. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's probably just a matter of, you know, acquired taste, as alcohol in it of itself is acquired taste. Since I'm far too used to the German variant, everything else tastes
So, is that really
a bit
wonderful?
wrong.
We can.
No, what's this?
I have done it. Everything is ready. Now, finally, bless these weapons and then distribute them to the knights.
Nice. We're going to go to war then. Well, you're going to go to war. I'm just going to build my little city and Be like, screw you and screw your crusade. The browser's like, yeah, here, take your blessing, now let me eat my fucking drumstick.
And so, may the Lord anoint these weapons, that they might bear down on the enemy for the glory of the true faith, and,
And, chicken?
I am giving you the opportunity.
Whoa,
to
he looks even
demonstrate
worse.
Your loyalty.
Let me get a little Knight of the Cross. Uh-huh. A Knight of the Cross, I feel fucked. Also, why are you people looking so outright evil or red-faced? Congratulations, you've won. You've received the following title. Knight of the Cross. Why don't you just call me a paladin at least? That's something actually Germans have used quite a bit, now that I think about it. Even in the Holy Roman Empire they did. Which is quite fun, because the Holy Roman Empire was many things. But it was neither holy, nor was it Roman, nor was it actually an empire.
Cardinal
Oh,
Lucius.
fuck's sake.
The mere mention of his name made many
hey,
shiver.
Everyone
and fall
wanted the
silent.
claims.
Although it was never mentioned openly, rumor had it he pursued his interests with merciless rigor. Is this why the emperor
Is
gave
he
him
thrusting
command
his
of
hips at the...
crusade? Or
while he's
had
sitting there?
Lucius acquired
Just going
his
like, yes,
powers
here,
by more
take a look at my junk.
sinister means?
Hey,
While
do you
the
have itchy
whole
balls, my
world
friend?
was wondering
Because
what
it
the
looks like
cardinal
it.
was planning,
What is that sort of
he was
movement?
already
What are you
thinking of
doing?
building a harbor from which the
Stop
massive
it.
army would soon set
You annoy me.
sail for the Orient to seize the promised land.
Are you having ghost sex? Is that it? Are you fucking a ghost? Well, look in the camera going like, yes, actually I'm having sex right now. Creepy. Very creepy old man. Let
I
us
bestow on
start
you
quick.
The honor of building a harbor for my Crusader army.
That
The
sounds
fleet will
great.
set sail from there, and with God's blessing, will vanquish the faithless enemy.
Also, why is your flag quite literally a snake? That is not a holy symbol. At least not in the most holy books I've read. Most holy books I have read, the snake is usually a symbol for the other side. The bad people. The bad
But my
guys.
lord, you only have me to thank that the preparations have run so smoothly up to now. Allow me, your loyal servant, to take care of everything from now on.
Oh boy. Red man. You really like to be a bitch, don't you?
So be it, in the name of God. From now on, I am making you personally responsible for everything, Focus. Make sure
Responsibility lies with him. Yes, we can slack off. Success. Because honestly, let's be very real here. Redface is not a competent person. He's probably going to fuck it up. I don't help him. Oh, you murdered that small
You
shit.
heard the Cardinal. I have the say here. But
Mhm.
don't worry. There will be enough menial tasks I can entrust you with.
In case you're not seeing how this game works, Guy Fawkes. This whole game is basically compromised of
What
menial
are you
tasks.
standing around here for? Why don't you build a warehouse where we can store the goods to build the harbor?
Okay, so this is how the developer would have built it up. I see. Kind of find it interesting when they actually cut it into pieces like this, where it's like this area is not connected to this area. I mean, you don't really have to connect them any way, shape, or form, I guess, but you know, it's kind of. I dislike the idea because it is unrealistic that people would build their houses separate from their workplace, or a way that is. That's not really how people tend to work. Okay, we have two of those. We have a cider farm. We have a weaver's hut. And we have a rope yard. We have like 3 Hemp farms, okay. This gonna be enough. So what did you say where I need to build? Okay, you want me to build a warehouse to develop Port Sacral. What a fitting name, isn't it? Your creativity astonishes me.
I still have a few crates of tools in storage. Do come by, and I'll be happy to sell some to you.
Also, since there is quite literally only one beach, I can only rebuild one here. Big military camp. Small military camp. Honestly, I think as far as my memory goes, and it goes somewhat well in this case, I never really played much with the military.
Don't start sniffing around here. You would only overtax your simple little mind with matters far too complex for you to understand.
There's apparently an orphanage here. Yeah, this is not really the kind of guy I want to see around children, honestly. I am somewhat suspect, honestly. Let us not think about that too deeply now, shall we? Because otherwise we are probably going to get...
You've done it at last. Great.
like the worst
Perhaps
potential
we can
cancer.
finally start building the actual harbor now.
Perhaps you can do some shit on your own, you little bitch boy. And stay away from the children,
If
please.
a harbor is to be suitable for a crusader army, it must have a harbor master's office. Well, what are you waiting for? An engraved invitation?
Yes, please. That would be very nice of you. You want a harbor master's office, which requires stone and tools. Now, tools I can buy, of course, that's not a problem, but...
It is done. The crusader ship is finished. May God protect this ship and bless all those who are prepared to fight for the true faith.
like me, yes. Marie.
Our harbour master's office must be built of solid stone.
Wow, I don't say.
I spotted some stone deposits recently when I went to the mountain monastery for my confession with Brother Hilarious.
Oh, shit. So we start with this nonsense, eh? Wow, there are quite literally... There's nothing up here. Wow. Game, I've created a situation like this. This is usually what makes it last a bit longer, because now I have to actually get resources up there, start building shit up, then I need to start transporting shit.
I'm now quite sure of it. The doors of my storehouses are all... I'm now quite sure of it. There are stone deposits near the mountain monastery.
I know. I've seen them. I also know that I will need wood and tools in order to get them. What the fuck are you... If I literally... I don't even want to know what you're doing, but it sounds weird and strange. Also, that is iron, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Iron too requires stone. Might just want to build a forester's hut too on this island, just so I can get a supply of wood and I don't need to transport wood all the bloody time on my little ship here. Because that will get annoying really, really quickly. So I'd say what we're gonna build up here is the two stone quarries and one iron quarry and probably potentially one forester's hut, just so, you know, a little bit of an extra production of wood. That can't really hurt us. I mean, quite literally it can't. Now, as soon as we actually get our hands on iron, and, well, actually, technically speaking, we could also build up this and then we could start producing... I could start producing actual iron. Because that would allow us to make tools. Would mean we could stop being so bloody fucking, you know, forced. Buying from our friend. I mean, it's not really a problem. We have the money and we don't really have anything else to do with our money, so... Not much of a problem per se. Still, you know, I'm a, as I like to say it, an easy person. And when I can actually, you know, produce things locally, well, I feel like, you know, why shouldn't I? Yeah, that gives me the most. As soon as I have the necessary building materials, that is.
Marvelous. Do you think you could sell me the surplus from the stone production for my cathedral? Only once the harbour is completed, of course.
I will assume yes. I mean, I have been given no order whatsoever.
Forcas's mood darkens with every minute the harbour construction is delayed.
Oh, is that so? In that case, that will never be finished in a while, because I hate
one
that
place
fucker.
to another more quickly.
It shall never be finished. You set sail back immediately and get more tools, because we
You
will need
produce
them.
ropes for shipbuilding and wood. The only thing missing now is the shipyard. Here, there's enough space for it on the coast of your island.
Soon, TM, as usual. I also like it that he's like, well, you can now build shit. Use shit to expand your fleet. I mean, technically, yes. 5 tools, 4 stones. Oh, actually, can we in this one also? Yes, we can. You can set up trade routes, basically. That means your ships will actually automatically do things for you.
Marvelous. Extracting iron ore is the first important stage in iron production.
Now, since we have all of this set up, you know, we just need to wait until we can produce enough to get the charcoal burner's hut, and we have charcoal. Well, no, we have coal. And when we have coal and iron ore, we can make iron, and when we have iron, we can make tools, and... at this point you can probably see how this game actually works. Very
I'd be
obvious.
delighted to trade with you.
Is that so? Be delighted too. Okay, could you stop freaking coming explosively every time we make a deal? And now it's satisfying, but still. Even I'm not that perverted that I get a hard on for fucking doing business. That would be... Oh, actually I can buy from you, can't I?
Just a little something for the journey, and we'll get going.
Stop drinking, you mongoloid. Oopala.
Crusade? Pah! I know enough peaceful ways of converting the unbelievers. With good food and a hearty draft. But then again, who asks my opinion?
Usually I would, because honestly I'm thinking your opinion is actually a lot more satisfying than the other alternative. I'm just...
Charcoal burner has started work already. Marvelous.
Marvelous, yes. I'm just that much of a marvelous person, you know? Would require 4 stone. I mean, we can get stone rather easily, and you know, we're going to put his job very much behind everything else, because of course we will. He's a bit of an asshole. Now then, the iron smelter requires more...
Wait a minute, otherwise I'm likely to break my neck on the way back down.
Yeah, you're fucking serious. I don't think that's going to happen, but okay. I mean, this is a nice little production center. Kinda missing the, you know, fact that people are working here, and you would usually, you know, need people. People need houses, so basically you would need houses here.
Heavens! I had completely forgotten how exhausting the path down to the valley can be.
Now, 8 more wood and we can make a tool workshop. We are finally on the way of actually making tools.
Ah, wonderful. I see your iron smelter is completed.
Yes, were that ever in doubt. He's like, you're doing things that you're not supposed to do. Why are you doing them already? And I'm sitting here like, bitch, please, I can't foresee how this is going to go. And sooner or later we will need something more unique, and that's probably going to require stuff. A large statue. Beautifies the settlement, you say? Probably got a way to wait until we have some more.
Disrupted.
Okay, why? Okay, because the rope is full. It is probably because the market building is a bit out of it. We need to upgrade it, and we need stone. But I really don't want to send the ship around with like 15 stone. I want a bit more stone, basically, is what I'm trying to say here in a very nice way. That's why I'm letting this run at you now. Awesome speed. Do you require stone? You require 2 stone. Okay.
So, you're working on the first tools. That's wonderful.
He's like, wow, you're doing it, eh? You really want to ruin our business relationship? And I'm like, yes, the prices are murdering me. Okay, 31 stones. Should be more than enough for the beginning. Building the toolmaker's workshop. Yes, I know you're happy. There's some part of you, the other part is like, shit. That's money I'm not gonna make anymore. Now, what do I actually need for the Harbour Masters? Well, that's a lot of stones. Not that we care overly much. No. First things first, we should upgrade our little building here, because we need that thing to work a bit faster. In picking up shit. And what was I supposed to... yeah, the shipyard, wasn't it?
Splendid. The first ship can soon be launched.
What can I actually build? I can build a small trading ship or a small warship. Well, small trading ship it is then. Now, in order to build the Harbour Masters building, we will require... wood, tools, and stone. We can probably set up a nice little way of shipping down some things like tools and stone from here down to my main island, I would assume. As soon as my little trading ship is ready, that is. Because my dear little Santa Maria...
What a magnificent ship. And always a good few inches of water under the keel.
Actually, that is a saying that has been around in everybody maritime history. Even in German there's a saying about it. Actually,
If you don't mind my saying, I would recommend setting up a trading route for the stone transport.
I don't say.
With all the quests Forecast has entrusted you with, you must have more important things on your mind.
Load. Stone. Load. Tools. Unload. Stone. Unload. Tools. Our ship. My clan.
So, the captain has received his instructions. Wonderful.
Yes,
Now you can
yes,
concentrate
yes,
fully on your more important quests.
Build a Harbour Master's office.
Good things come to those who wait.
Well, yeah, sometimes.
I'd better view the building to assure myself personally that everything is shipshape.
You're a bit of an asshole once again, aren't you? I kind of want to start doing a bit more in the way of fishing, but I guess it will have to wait.
While you have been taking ages to build the Harbour Master's office, I have been gathering supplies. But this warehouse is much too small. It must be upgraded immediately.
It is done. The Crusader ship is finished. May God protect this ship and bless all those who are prepared to fight for the true faith.
Is this my ship? Yes, this is the Magellan. It follows the trade route. Good ship. Good
How is that
Magellan.
warehouse upgrade progressing? Do I have to say everything twice?
How about you fuck up, man? I did it already. Okay, rat face. This game really has a tendency to make characters either, you know, trying too hard to be pleasant, which makes them annoying.
Call that an expansion? The store
Oh, you make them
are
outright
hardly
annoying.
bigger than before. This is totally unacceptable.
Your mother is totally unacceptable. She should have fucking aborted you, honestly. Jesus Christ, it's getting dark even for my personal ways of doing things. What more do you
One
want?
more sip for the road.
God
God knows many ways of converting doubters to the just faith. A crusade is just one of them.
We need storehouses to store the goods. You can see the size of my Crusader army and the amount of supplies needed. Get a move on.
And part by fighting for storehouses. Stores are significant increase the quantities of goods that can be stored and warehouse the marketplace. You will need at least 4 storehouses to store all the products, blah blah blah. Yeah, but you don't really say which ones. I'm
What are you
assuming
waiting for?
you mean the small
If you don't
storehouse?
build this tavern soon, the knights will start rampaging over the land.
You're a fucking annoying twat, aren't you? Ah, so much of an annoying twat. I don't even have a tavern in my fucking city. Pretty sure my people would like to have one. Also, we really need to start more production.
Here, take your goods.
You're riding on a bloody donkey down the mountain. How is it that you are out of breath? I have many questions, of which there are little to no answers. But you know, let's take it in good humor, I guess. Also, my stores are running somewhat low. Honestly, I do like to have a bit of an overproduction. It might seem wasteful, yes, but I just find it a lot more pleasing, honestly. Let's see if it's actually unloading like it's supposed to do. Actually, you're the wrong ship, are you not? You're the right ship? Yes, you are the right ship. I was like, why is my ship not doing anything? But of course not, it's my flagship. I'm not the one who was supposed to be doing anything. You are the one who was supposed to be doing anything. He's like, well, my crusaders need a tavern, otherwise they're gonna rebel. And, you know, do horrible things to the populace. Probably, you know, forget the vows of chastity and start doing some horrible rapey things to the poor people there. I'm still kind of confused about this one.
What are you waiting for? If you don't build this tavern soon, the knights will start rampaging over the land.
I really don't like that it's called an orphanage. I'm sorry to say.
Don't start sniffing around here.
I will start sniffing wherever I
would
want.
only overtax your simple little mind with matters far too complex for you to understand.
So, Monsieur Asshole says. Not even aware that he's probably going to get fucked. Alas.
What are you waiting for? If you don't build this tavern soon, the knights will start rampaging over the land.
Well, let them. I don't give a shit. Quite literally not. Also not making that much in the way of cider. I would really like to rectify that.
Don't start sniffing around here. You would only overtax your simple little mind with matters far too complex for you to understand.
Yes, I understand. You are a typical cleric. You have a thing for little boys. I get it. Yes, yes, yes. No reason to get your panties. No twist. Don't worry, little one. I shall be as accepting as I can be while, you know, holding a shotgun to your head. That's the sort of acceptance I can offer you. Now, that should help with the cider production, so we can finally start getting some shit going on. Actually have enough hemp, so I'm somewhat happy. But it wouldn't really hurt to start upping that production too, considering that we are going to get, well, ever more people along the way. Now then, with more hemp we can probably also start more linen production. Boom! Excellent forestation. Now then, that should, in the long run, make my people a bit more happy, I hope. Let's make it a bit faster to see how production actually works out. Well, let's say it like this, it's starting to go somewhere, but we're still not really... I'm not making enough cider. We're slowly recovering the fish. The fish is going up. Just at a slow rate, but the cider is not... Cider's not yet there. Let us help along. But yeah. See what I mean? You basically get in this game, what do you get? You get a quiet soundtrack and you get a nice bit of playtime. Now then, with that we should get that cider thing going, hopefully. For everything else, that looks good.
I always knew you'd lead this city to prosperity.
Well, of course I would. I'm just that bloody awesome. Before we start on this, let's actually build a tavern for ourselves. Wow, that thing has a range. Okay, everybody apart from one little house gets access. That's kinda mean.
Well, this dive doesn't look particularly inviting.
He's like, I don't even get any...
Well, this dive doesn't look particularly inviting. But it will have to do for the nights.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Which one? The rope yard? Is it because my rope is full? Probably it's usually when my rope is full or when it's not getting transported fast enough. Which can happen because I actually don't have that many carts. So, you know, it's... that one building basically has to take care of all of those. That's a lot of transportation you need to do. Oh, I get it. Actually, I could potentially build a second harbor here. Because that would make things maybe a bit faster. Now, let's think actually about these storehouses. That's tools, that's wood, that's stone. Okay, maybe we should just wait a bit. Because that... how much actually? I need to build 4 of them, right? 4 storehouses, yes, yes. That's 16. Is it 16? Oh, 8, 12, 6. Yeah, of course. It's 16, 16. Oh. Come on, little ship. Sail down here and let's build shit. Also, I do like it, you know, he's like, oh, I need to build a tavern. I built a tavern on my island. He's like, well, okay, you have built a tavern. I guess I didn't specify that you needed to build it on my islands. And this little one. I have outmaneuvered you, haven't I? He's like, no, please don't do it to me. I'm just a little rat face. Yeah, rat face. With a very suspicious closeness to the children. I do not enjoy it at all. It seems like a crime in the making. Quite literally. Now then, a few more resources. We should have more than bloody enough to, you know, build a few storehouses for this person. Okay, I'm actually out of goods. No, I'm getting poor. And we're not really making much in the way of money. Can we actually set this up to sell things? Specifically rope. Bit of clothing. And we're auto-saving.
Game saved.
Nice of you to actually announce that. Okay, that's probably enough. We could try building up a few more buildings, I guess, getting a few more people involved to get a few more tax monies out of it. I mean, that's technically not gonna cost us much.
I've named one of my children after you.
That's very nice. Go pay more taxes, you bloody bastards. Most because I need more money in a reasonable time frame, otherwise we're gonna sit here like forever for no other reason than money being on short supply.
If there's anything else I can help you with,
we're making money. Very, very, very little, but we're making money. The direction is there. Direction is right. Don't forget your production buildings and stuff. They actually cost you money. It's easy to forget that, but yes, everything in this game costs money, which is reasonable, actually, when you think about it. Of course it would. Okay, we're making an absolute over in iron. Yes, we could actually make use of another workshop.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Actually, on this island we can probably sell wood. Mostly because, well, don't really need it. But we do have a need as another tool maker, mostly because, well, tools are
let's shake on it.
really, really useful little things. Small warehouse. Oh, this looks
There
fucking
you are.
horrible.
I knew you could do it.
Oh boy.
At last, I can store provisions and equipment here.
Is it really?
You say the harbor is completed? I'd better see this for myself. Hoist the sails.
I don't know if this is really, you know, completed. There's no really any sort of dry dock or something to produce ships. Do more.
The harbor construction could certainly have been completed much more quickly. Well, we still have much to do. From now on, you will help me with the rest of the preparations.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, bitch boy.
It is done. The Crusader ship is finished.
I really don't know what's wrong with you,
May God
woman.
protect this ship and bless all those who are prepared to fight for the true faith.
That woman is a bit crazy.
God be praised. You have completed the harbor. My captains are...
And he's like, yeah, let me send them
Incredible
down.
how many knights are prepared to take up arms for God and their fatherland. I immediately need more ships to transport them all to the promised
Wow.
land. Get them for me.
Costs money. Don't have it. Give money. Then we can talk. Eh? You want it? Okay, let's actually stop selling rope
I
then.
have asked the best armorers in the Empire to come to equip the Crusader army with new weapons. And I expect you to provide the iron required immediately.
Immediately. Look at me, I'm a little bitch boy. I can't do shit on my own. I need to have other people do it for me because I'm incompetent.
The harbor has been extended, the Crusaders assembled. That's the way it's done. The Cardinal would reward me handsomely for my services.
Yes, just don't forget to mention me, otherwise I might get a bit pissed off. No, just gonna point that out. I can be a bit of a nasty one. Now then, more people. I know. Your happiness is somewhat. Yes, we have to build a few people outside of the influence.
Superb.
What is superb? Where I can actually just place a building. Yeah, I know, it's awesome, isn't it? I do love just randomly placing... Oh shit, it's not good. I have kinda... Okay, so for some reason it's still working at 100%. I mean, I'll take it. This is such a haphazard way of building. Then again, does it really matter? And how much was it? 1,500 monies. Yeah, that's not little. I do have everything else in the way of resources. Give me 10 tones. I can already foresee that he's going to be very grateful
One of
for
my
this.
ships was damaged during the crossing. A sign from God that all the ships must be ship-shape again before we set off for the Orient.
Repair crane costs lots of money, woman. Basically, I'm everybody's bitch boy. I have to do jobs for everyone. Aren't I the Knight of the Crusade or something? Don't I have a nice little title? Don't I have some bitch boy below me that I can be like, here, do things for me, please? Well, I guess not. Actually, water and stuff like this, that reminds me. I think it's in Anno 2070, and you can actually build a dam to, you know, create electricity. And, you know, can lead to a bit of a catastrophe, of course.
Ah, are you bringing me that? Is this of purest quality? We don't want the knight's blades to break when they confront the enemy.
Well, surely. Fuck you too. Fuck you. And all you stand for. What did I just do? I deleted my thing. My shipyard. You might ask, why did you do that? And I can't answer you, because I don't
How
know.
delightful.
Bit of a strange move on my part, admittedly. I don't know why I did it. I had not planned on it. I misclicked, basically, and then I misclicked again, and I was like, oh, that's strange. How did most of my people actually have access to a church? So they could evolve if they wanted to. Oh, let's go down and build the little lady her repair crane. I once again repeat my point from last episode, going like, you know, woman, you're not supposed to be on the ship. That's bad luck.
Ship ready.
And whenever, you know, something happens, and it happens constantly to her and her ships. At first, it was that one ship that kind of ran aground here, but now she has once again managed to damage the ship. I'm very much thinking that there's actually some truth to that bad luck thing. Just gonna point that out, you know. Yeah, take a ship, you bloody monster. Eating all my good and poor resources. What does my things actually say? I'm once again losing out on fish, but apart from that, oh, actually not. We have a plus.
Well, this is a start, anyway. Maybe you will manage to completely satisfy my request eventually.
If you stop being so gay about it, yeah. Possibilities are endless. Repair crate. Boom! Just build it outside of, you know, out of the world. And once again.
Aha.
You have complied with God's wishes. Now all of these ships will be able to make the long voyage to the Orient in perfect condition.
Let me remind you, a woman. Not supposed to be on a ship. You are managing to do some horrible things. Is there anything else we can potentially sell?
Now that the harbour is completed, you should perhaps reconsider your transport routes and issue new orders to the captain.
Honestly, I don't think so. I'm reasonably happy with what we're doing here, so no reason to do it, honestly.
News from the Cardinal. We are setting sail. I shall lead these ships eastward to shake the very foundations of this spurious faith. Don't worry, we will meet again soon. The angels have promised.
I'm relatively sure we'll not reach the Orient, mostly because you will sink your bloody whole fleet. Maridatra. Atrois.
Some children seem to have vanished from Madame d'Artois' city. I imagine some of them wanted to join the Crusader army as squires and servants.
Now there's a fire there.
Yet, the fleet has not yet set sail.
Oh no, there's actually a fire here. Why is there fire in fucking, what's it called? Ingleback. Well, let us look the other way then. I'm sure that has nothing to do with that strange monster of a person that we are dealing with here. I'm sure his small little island directly down here is also very much
Don't start sniffing around here. You would only
I see many
protect
children.
your simple little mind with matters far too complex for you to understand.
Yes, I'm sure that is precisely what it is. Ah, well, man, I'm just not going to ask, eh? That's probably for the better. Sometimes, you know, looking the other way is the better option. The better part of valor is sometimes, you know, just humming a nice melody while looking the completely other way. Like, na 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 na, I know nothing, I don't see shit. You know, just sometimes. You actually want to... no, I don't really think I want to...
But of course.
The interesting thing is we could very much well make all of them. But then again, we can't because we are poor people. Also, we actually for once running out of actual, you wouldn't believe it, rope.
Ship ready.
How many more do I need? I think after that it's 2 more, so 1, 2. How does it look with rope? I mean, we are losing rope.
Well,
Pretty
this is a
obvious.
start anyway. Maybe you will manage to completely satisfy my request eventually.
Who knows? Who knows indeed? Let us ignore everything else. Also, I mean, we could potentially start doing, building up some other things, I guess. I don't like that. I would very much like to use that spot. Are you shitting the game? Game's like, I want to make this as complicated as I can so that you're feeling...
You've got a good deal there.
Let's produce a bit more hemp so that we are not running out. Well, 2 more ships. That's going to take a moment. I kind of want to finish it though. Also, is this just going to continue to burn until the end? I mean, the music is absolutely dramatic.
Lovely.
His statement. We are looking at the fire, the burning village, the screaming peasants. You can quite literally feel the heat radiating off. The smoke bellowing in the sky. People screaming for mercy from the gods while getting none. And he's like, lovely. Sometimes games. Sometimes games have special moments. Very, very special moments, I'd say. Game.
Shipbuilding completed.
You make me happy to be alive sometimes. Just for that. But insufficient guard cards, you don't have any monies. I know, game. I still wanted to build this up because I want faster transportation. That is in the long run going to serve me a lot better. You know it, game. I know it, game. Every bloody one knows it. No. Apart from one last area.
Well, this is a start anyway. Maybe you will manage to completely satisfy my request eventually.
Maybe if you stop being so gay about it, I will. I only need 1 more ship, isn't it?
Excellent.
Now then, we should be making a good amount of money. Yeah, well... I think it finally stops burning. I mean, it's only derelict
I
paint.
accept this trade.
Okay, I think it's finally stopped. After it has quite literally destroyed most of her city. It finally decided that yes, enough is enough. You know, just took a while. He's still working pretty well, considering that I built houses in his area.
Shipbuilding completed.
Wow. Ulysses. Well, the name makes sense. It's kind of, you know, special, but let's not think about that too much. Let's see what else he has in stock.
I'd be happy to help you.
You don't need to worry about these ships anymore. Good. Cardinal Lucius will be extremely pleased with my work.
Yes, of course, with your work. Let alone the fact that I was the one who has to do all the bloody fucking work here, but well.
Did you notice how secretively Guy Fawcett was behaving? I get the strange feeling that there's something fishy about this crusade.
Hmm. Let me remind you that not necessarily.
This crusade is such a cross to bear. If I now have to set aside men and materials for forecasts, it'll throw the building of the cathedral back weeks, even months.
Horrible. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? Actually, aren't we studying Zone with us?
You must help me with this matter.
Do I really? I mean, I'm not a monster. I will help you, sure. On bad schedule as he deliver following to him. Yes, 5 tons of stone.
A toolmaker's workshop. Of course, I'm right to assume that you built it to supply the Crusaders.
No.
In that case, I await your delivery.
Is it true? Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. You at least, you know.
You've got a good deal there.
He's at least saying thanks. See, but I was right in assuming that we will sooner or later need a fucking tool workshop, so that's saving me a lot of trouble. I'm not gonna be like...
You have not been much help to me so far.
Oh, you want it down here. Oh, I see now. You're a little bitch, aren't you? Just changing that on the... whenever you feel in the mood.
Have you finally brought those tools? Have you carried out? At last. We will soon set sail. Order everyone aboard.
I've heard some worrying rumors about this crusade. These shoddily built ships. I dare not speak out loud. We must talk in private.
You're getting all conspiratorial on me, eh? What's going on, man? You found this drug stash. Because whatever it is, it does horrible things to you.
Cast off. The bawling from those brats is utterly unbearable. They should be grateful that they are able to contribute to this crusade.
What sort of ships are those? It's really... It's not a fucking ship. That's more like a swimming coffin. Ah, that's actually somewhat fitting. Because that thing's never ever going to get all the way to the Orient. Actually wondering if that thing is even considered high water proof. I assume not, actually. That looks like something you might want to sail down a river, not in the open sea. You'll have one. Well... I don't know, there are some other missions around the here, but well, who cares? We have done well, I will say. Well, that was nice, and I am feeling somewhat relaxed now. So, once again, I shall have to bid you adieu at this point, sadly enough. It's still during the weekend, it's still, you know, a pain. But we're getting ever closer to the weekend again, and if things go well, we might actually get to, you know, enjoy a bit of good old-fashioned game time. Actually, last weekend I was somewhat satisfied with the amount of time we had to play. It was, sadly enough, almost double the time I got before, so yes, so hoping that we actually get that again. Because I'd be you know, more interested in that, for good reasoning. But, well, for the moment, as usual, thanks for dropping by. It is highly appreciated. Always fun to have people around. I don't think we have anyone I don't think we have anything I can easily name. Doesn't matter too much. Still feel appreciated. My brothers in lurking. To be fair, when you know, kinda get used to the fact that you are more listening to streams than actually watching them, because you're on work and you have to do shit. It is basically the lurking becomes your usual MO then. Really hard to get out of that once you get used to it. But yeah. All the fun aside, all the fun and games aside in this case, it is time for me to go to bed and prepare myself for the fun times, that is using the bus. Way, that's fun. I mean, it's nice that it's actually an option, and that's one of the advantages of living in a city, you know, but actually I think right now they're actually discussing the whole tightening of the rules because of the corona. Which means I actually will get into the position where I might actually have problem using them too. Which, well, what's the alternative? I guess I could try to get myself a bicycle. Considering that there's quite a bit of a steep uphill I would have to go every bloody morning. And considering the fact that I have been, you know, well, I had been a rather heavy smoker for like 20 years or so. Pretty sure my lung capacity is not going to look too fondly on that particular matter. Let alone, you know, the fact that I haven't actually done any sort of actual sports in like, it's surprising. There was a time when I was really, you know, good on board at swimming and stuff, and well, that time has passed, hasn't it? Long ago. Oh, complaining aside, we shall, of course, do the next mission. Actually, let's take a look inside. I just want to see if he does his humping again. Apparently not. It's kind of horrible. I expected some more ghost fucking, basically. Yeah, let's call it that. Let's call it what it is.
The seamen scramble around the rigging,
The seamen!
the sailors haul the provisions aboard. The sails of the ramshackle rust buckets with their cargoes of children had not long disappeared over the horizon.
Yeah, but what's the point?
Lord Northborough harbored a terrible suspicion.
Which would
He
be?
drove everyone into action, exhorting them to move with the utmost haste, until finally a small fleet was able to set off in pursuit.
But what
An
is
adventure
your...
began, the outcome of which no one could ever have imagined at the time.
What the fuck are you suspecting, man? Come on, don't make it so bloody difficult for us to understand. I mean, there are many things you could suspect here.
Look, the ships are carrying children.
Ah, actually quality of coffin ship.
Yes. More ships are approaching from the starboard side.
Oh,
Those
pirates.
corsairs.
Pirates, my friend. Pirates are like, yes.
We are drawing close to our target, men. These ships are ours. Prepare to board.
Okay, why would you take over the fucking coffin ship? It means they're quite literally calling it a coffin ship. I had the foresight to call it that beforehand.
This ship of yours appears to be damaged.
He doesn't seem too horrified. He's just like, damaged, yes. Repair, yes. See.
We have no chance while this storm is raging. One of my islands must be quite near here. We might make it there.
Wow. I'm pretty sure we have reached it, yes. Chapter 4, the lost children. Are they really lost though? Oh, let's save the game. Where was it? What even? Overread.
Game save.
But yeah, now we know, not much more, but we know something. Well, all things aside, as I said, it is time for goodbye at this very moment, and I shall be back tomorrow. And, well, if nothing too horrible happens, it's probably gonna be a long-awaited Trails in the Sky, because I would like to do that nice and relaxing hot spring episode, finally. Then of course comes Friday, Pillars of Eternity. We are, well, probably gonna be the final episode. What I'm actually planning to take a bit of extra time in the evening to, you know, actually finish that one. I'm looking forward to that finale, honestly. I know I had to make a bit of a cheap move to, you know, make it a bit faster, but honestly, imagining doing, you know, a whole hour or two stream, just me running my head against that while trying to keep some conversation going while fighting those things would have probably murdered my fun. And I don't enjoy that, like at all. For some bloody reason. But yeah, so bye-bye for the moment. Feel free to drop by again. I shall be, as well, has been quite usual at this point, on tomorrow again. It has become a bit of a daily ritual at this point. A quite enjoyable one at that, mind you. So, is there anything else? No, and if there is, we can probably talk about it tomorrow. So, for the moment, have a good one, and